Now, we may have discussed about doing some upper body weights, and the principles that we like to apply for this are that you, the patient or person training, are providing most of the control. If you do weight training and you use a bench, like behind me here on the right, and a solid bar where both arms are linked through the same bar, there is much less challenge on you as a person to provide that stability and the control. If we're lifting more moderate weights like there are here, these are two 10 kilo dumbbells, and this is from a weight block where you can set the weight that you want to lift and then lift those out. These are quite nice to have at home, like a magnetic block of dumbbells. If we're going to use something like this, then each arm is having to stabilise itself. So there's a separate dumbbell in each arm, so that adds challenge to the shoulders for the start. Plus we're on a ball here, so the ball is mobile. The bench itself will not move. There will be no challenge for you to provide any stability at all. So when we're not looking to lift heavy weights, we're looking to improve our general conditioning and our general core strength, then we can do that through weight training by utilising a physio ball and dumbbells. So I'll just show you my take on this using bench press as an example and how we diminish the stability of the exercise to add a greater challenge to you, the person training. So we lift the weights up, put them on my thighs like so, and then I'm going to walk down into a bench press position. So now I want my hips high, I've got my head supported on the ball. It's very important you don't have your neck off like this. It would be quite uncomfortable and damaging for the neck muscles to do that. Now the arms are out to the side, as you can see. The closer my feet are together, the greater challenge there is to my stability, because as you can see the ball is mobile. And you must always feel that you're safe and that you've got enough space around you and mats either side of you perhaps to drop the weights should you get into trouble. But if I put my feet wider, like so, then my base of support is much bigger and I'm much more stable. Now the most controlled component of this exercise is to do both arms pressing together. So like we did with the arms on the bands, this is a bilateral symmetrical exercise. Both arms pushing in the same direction together. Now, more challenging for your stability on the ball is to do them in an alternating manner, like so. So you can see this creates more movement in me, which I've then got to provide the control for. Now, an even bigger challenge still would be to leave one weight down. Now I've got just the resistance in one side. So obviously the weight on this side is trying to pull me over to the right. So I've got to work hard to keep the right side of my body up and not allow this weight to pull my body over to the right. So to this end, I usually suggest you put the free hand on the left pelvis, the free left hand on the right pelvis here, and then press the arm up, making sure that this right side of my pelvis stays up and doesn't twist to the right as the weight drops. So this obviously is a much greater challenge if I now bring my feet closer together. So the narrow base of support of the feet means I've got to work a lot harder through this area to stabilise the exercise in this way. So I would do 2 sets. Hopefully you can edit this out if I shut up now. I would do 3 sets. The first set would be both arms working together. The second set would be alternating arms. The third set would be single arm. So the challenge is getting greater with each set. You may find that it's appropriate to use different weights for each set. So when you're working both arms together, you work a heavier weight, and then obviously when you get down to doing a single arm dumbbell exercise, then you may need a lighter weight because of the extra challenge to the stability. Now if we take that same exercise to shoulder press, if I sit up in this way, again we can do bilateral symmetrical on the ball, bilateral asymmetrical, alternating. We can do single arm, and we can also then, if we really fancy it, do single arm and one leg. So we've got the right leg with the dumbbell in the left hand, and work here. And this is a real challenge then across the abdomen to keep the hips over to the weight-bearing side, the right side.